Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Year Teaching Tips. This video series is dedicated to helping any teacher who is in their first year of teaching or in their first year in a new role. Veteran teachers are welcome as well. With that being said, let's begin. So, who am I? My name is Mia, and I am, as of the recording of this video, a 10-year veteran in education. I worked as a high school social science teacher in public and private schools, and currently work as an instructional technology specialist in a public district. When I began teaching, the landscape of education looked very different. However, I have found that there are some tips, tricks, and other bits of information I wish I had known when starting my career. Some of this advice comes from my own experiences, and some of it comes from what others have taught me. This topic is its own mini-series, wrapping up the school year. This mini-series consists of 3 videos to help new teachers wrap up the school year in an effective manner. Also, be on the lookout for a bonus tip just in this video. So let's dive into this video's tips, wrapping up the school year part 1, cleaning up the classroom. Tip number 1, take pictures of your classroom as it looks before beginning any cleanup. This step is the first you should take when cleaning up your classroom. These pictures can then be used as reference for when you set up your classroom for the next year. Keep in mind that some items may not end up in the same place, especially if you change rooms. However, these photos can be invaluable when you want to remember where you placed bulletin boards and other items. Tip number 2, make a list of all the tasks that must be completed before school ends. Some schools will provide a checkout list for teachers to complete, such as cleaning supply closets and turning in communal materials. However, there are other cleaning tasks you may need to complete before the school year ends. Whatever must be accomplished, put it all in one place for easy reference. Tip number 3, do 1 to 2 end-of-year tasks each day in the final month. End-of-year tasks can vary from school to school. As such, I recommend doing 1 to 2 tasks per day so that you do not have to stay super late after school one day in order to clean up your classroom. In fact, here's the method I would personally follow. I would count up the number of tasks I have and then divide them by the number of weekdays left in school. I then use that number as my guideline for what needed to be accomplished. Generally, this meant that I was one of the few teachers in my school who did not have to spend a Saturday cleaning out materials. Save yourself time and use the entire last month to your benefit. Tip number 4, determine where you're going to store items and label them accordingly. Every year when I had my own classroom, I used all of my cabinets and closets to store items. However, I made certain to store items in the same place. I also labeled the various cabinets and closets with what could be found in them in case I forgot over the summer. This situation can also be useful if you have to change classrooms with a colleague. You do not have to hunt for missing items if everything is labeled. Your label can be as simple as a Post-it note with extra tape, which is what I did every year. Depending on your school's regulations, you may not be able to label items, but if you can, do it. Finally, here's a bonus tip just for this video. If your school orders large cartons of copy paper, save those boxes. They make great storage organization tools. Start doing it in the last month before school ends so you have multiple containers. Tip number 5, when taking down decorations, reassure students that lessons are still taking place. A change in a classroom setup can cause anxiety in students. In the past, I had students ask me if I was not returning to my position because I was removing classroom decorations. I told them that this was a practice I did every year so that I did not have to worry about a major cleanup at the end of the year. I also comforted them or reminded them that lessons are still taking place, even if I didn't feel like teaching or they didn't feel like learning. Until that last day, learning can take place. Thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in learning more, please like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also go to my website, www.guidegrowtech.com, for even more information on a variety of topics. Finally, I hope this video helped you grow in your knowledge of this topic. Please keep an eye out for parts 2 and 3 for even more helpful information about wrapping up a school year. Take care.